Welcome in, everybody, to our Tighter Insider Alabama Fall Camp Update. This is update number one, obviously, because the first day of practice was on Thursday. We'll be coming to you from time to time. Myself, Rodney, or Brandon Cameraman, maybe with Rodney on some of these updates. So we'll update you from time to time here on TighterInsider.com. Well, Rodney, we don't get to watch a lot, but we got to see about 15 minutes worth of practice. And, again, the first thing you notice, well, it's the best program in the country. Just a lot of big, strong, fast, physical athletes out there.
It's amazing how they do it every year, Gary. They lose players, and then they just replace them with unbelievable-looking athletes. You scan out there, and you see some of the freshmen. Terrell Hall at outside linebacker, very impressive-looking. Ben Davis at inside linebacker, very impressive-looking. It's just an amazing group of young players that they have that they brought in.
Of course, everybody wants to know about the quarterbacks, so that's where I'm going first. We got to watch them a little bit. Granted, they're just throwing, but you could see a competitive fire burning in all of them. It was really fast-paced, the drills with Lane Kiffin, and those guys are ready to compete and get after it.
I thought they all threw the ball well from what I had the opportunity to see. Even David Cornwell, I think he really showed a lot of zip. Jalen Hurts has a really quick delivery and a nice strong arm. Blake Barnett getting rid of the ball very quickly, and I thought Cooper Bateman did a really nice job of getting the ball away quickly and accurately. So all of those guys seem to be really throwing the ball well.
And running backs, too. That's a position that's up for grabs. I think most people assume Bo Scarborough will be the starter, but Damian Harris had a really good spring, and he's not going to just come out there and say, hey, Bo, it's your job. He's going to compete too.
Yeah, those two guys, both inexperienced, obviously. They only have 64 carries in their career between them. So that position's certainly still open. And, a lot of that comes down to just more than running the football. It comes down to which guys can step up and pick up the blitz, make the right block, and all of those types of things are extremely important when they don't have the ball too. And then you have those two freshmen. I think they have an opportunity, given the depth situation, the lack of depth, Josh Jacobs and also B.J. Emmons. Those two guys have a chance to really earn a role on this team.
And several positions we think on the offensive line that are still up for grabs.
I've been saying on TighterInsider.com for 2 months now, watch for some shuffling in terms of just maybe experimenting to make sure they get the 5 best guys in the right spots on this offensive line. And again, we're not saying this reflects the depth chart by any means, but today when the first group did step up there, the ones that were with them were Cam Robinson, as you would expect, at left tackle, and Lester Cotton at left guard, and Ross Pierschbacher at center. But it was the right side that kind of caught your attention when you saw Dallas Warmack at right guard and Bradley Bozeman at right tackle. It ended spring with freshman Jonah Williams at that right tackle spot, and inside you had Shank Taylor and Brandon Kennedy kind of battling. So again, we're not saying that reflects the depth chart today, but it was certainly interesting to see.
Now I'm going to talk about the wide receivers because it's a really good group. We know that. And we'll get to them at another point. Defensively, I always say, Rodney, in the SEC, it starts with the defensive line. You can tell when they come out of the tunnel with those linemen how kind of where you stand. Alabama lost a lot, but, man, they've got some guys back, and they've got some impressive-looking newcomers.
Yeah. Brandon Cameraman comes running up to me after practice and says, did you see this Raekwon Davis out there? He said, man, this guy's a man among boys already. The true freshman from Meridian, Mississippi, 6'7", 330. Jamar King, by the way, a lot of people wanted to know, fans, he was out there today and looked really good physically.
Like Jerry Reed,
yes, he looked good physically. He sure did. So, again, those guys were very impressive. And, the key thing about that is Alabama needs depth on the defensive line.
It's only day one, and we'll get to other position groups when we do more of these updates. But they're off and running at Alabama. Stay tuned to Tighter Insider for more fall camp updates. For Rodney Orr, I'm Gary Harris. We'll talk to you again soon.